We need to ensure that dangerous people don't remain on the street.
Deportation flights from the U.S.
Their belongings on the tarmac, lying aside manacles and chains.
Do you say you want to get ICE involved to help deport migrants suspected of crimes?
A long line of shackled men and women scooted off a private detention center contractor's bus, up a mobile staircase, and shuffled onto a private jetliner. This is a deportation flight run by ICE Air.
New York City didn't create this crisis. Not only is it a financial burden, but it is also a burden to the quality of life.
Migrants who were deported to Haiti today attacked pilots and immigration officers on another flight after it landed. Several of those men stormed another recently arrived jet carrying families.
We need to ensure that dangerous people don't remain on the street, and it doesn't matter if they're migrants, asylum seekers, or if they're long-term New Yorkers. This city must be safe. We deserve to be safe, and I believe that wholeheartedly.
Hey, welcome back. It's your man Wise, and today we got to check out another video from U.S. Immigration. No more sanctuary cities. New York is starting to deport these crazy illegal immigrants, these invaders out of the city. It's about daggone time. They have been taking over and running amok. We got the George Soros-led DAs out there who are just not handling their business the way they should. They are not upholding the laws the way they should. Somebody needs to step in and take over and get these people up out of there. Hey, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Drop me a comment down below. I appreciate all the love and support. I really do. AskWiseToday@gmail.com is the best way to get a hold of me. Now let's continue down this path. Let's get into the video.
Take executive action to make that happen.
The topic of New York's sanctuary city status remains in the headline. We're going to hear from Mayor Adams tonight. The mayor has been speaking out against it.
The mayor's shift in opinion on sanctuary laws follows a series of high-profile crimes in which many of the accused suspects are newly arrived asylum seekers. Many times this week, he argued that current policies are a detriment to public safety. Mayor Adams on Tuesday called for more cooperation between federal immigration officials and local police, supporting the idea of them working together to deport migrants who are suspected of serious crimes.
It's about daggone time they started taking this seriously. It really is. These people have been running amok up there. New York citizens are afraid to be outside in their own city right now. It's insane down in the subways. Robbing, stealing. There's been a multitude of people that have been deleted by these migrants. Prostitution rings, pickpocketing rings, you name it, they're doing it. It's almost like these countries let the dregs of their societies out of prisons, out of jails, and basically said, hey, America is allowing y'all to go, take your butt and go and get up out of here. Almost like they gave them bus tickets and a path up here.
I don't believe people who are violent in our city and commit repeated crimes should have the privilege of being in our city.
The city first began limiting cooperation with federal immigration authorities in the 1980s. But in 2014, under Mayor Bill de Blasio, City Council added teeth to previous executive orders, passing a law that prohibits law enforcement from honoring ICE detainer requests if a foreign national has been charged with a crime but not convicted.
The mere fact we cannot share with ICE that this person has committed 3 robberies, that this person is part of an organized gang crew. Mere fact we can't say that and can't communicate with that, that's problematic for me.
Tonight, a battle brew.
It's very problematic. And Mayor Eric Adams is a former police officer. I don't recall ever seeing any footage of him speaking on the cops that were jumped by those 7 or 8 young dudes down there. One of those guys kicked the police officer in the face. Praise God that they're both healthy and neither one of them, suffered or succumbed to any real major injuries. But the restraint that they had to hold on to not pull their service weapon out and fire on these young people, man, shout out and kudos to them, because there are some other folks out there that would not be able to have that type of self-constraint and discipline.
Between New York's governor and the city's mayor over how to handle the crushing migrant crisis. Governor Kathy Hochul's office issuing a harsh 12-page letter Tuesday night, calling out the city's response and what it says is a failure to use state-offered help.
And Mayor Adams is taking a look at the city's sanctuary laws to address the migrant crisis. This time, he's focused on crime and public safety and the city's ability to collaborate with ICE to address those issues. But speaking with the city council speaker earlier today, she says it's a non-starter, that jobs is the answer, not jail.
We are not considering laws, changes to laws. These laws have been in effect for decades.
New York City Council Speaker Adrienne Adams Wednesday standing behind the city's sanctuary laws, saying they were enacted for a reason, to protect innocent immigrants who historically have felt threatened because of their status.
If the council were to change things, it would impact more people, I believe, negatively than a small fraction of what we are looking at right now.
In recent weeks, a small fraction of migrants arrested for high-profile violent crimes. Mayor Adams yesterday saying these incidents should be reported to ICE, but the city can't under the long-standing sanctuary laws.
See, New York, the citizens of New York, y'all see who y'all got to vote out. Whoever that lady was, the city councilwoman, I think she's the main or head city council person. She got to go. Those kind of people, they got to get up out of here. You have to vote against these people. I'm assuming she is a Democrat. I would assume that she is George Soros funded. I'm assuming all of those things because it seems like the people that take that man's money, they want to see the destruction of this country and they want to make it happen from the inside out. You mean to tell me that we have crime running rampant in American cities and we have American politicians refusing to do anything about it? Make that make sense. Y'all better remember these people. When election season comes around, you better remember them.
We can't have these small number of migrants and asylum seekers that have identified that they're going to be dangerous, hide under the law, that there's nothing you can do about it because you cannot tell ICE.
Speaker Adams saying collaborating with ICE is not the answer.
People are penned up in HERCs, in other places, in respite centers, whatever we want to call them, these places with different policies with nothing to do. For me, it's going to be the work status.
Council Minority Leader Joe Borelli siding with Mayor Adams.
You see that? She wants to get them jobs. She wants to get them work visas so they can start working and taking jobs from other Americans. It's bad enough right now that if you go to any fast food restaurant, just about anywhere, you have non-American citizens working in these places. A lot of times they don't even speak English. So I seen somewhere where, or someone had mentioned that their kid tried to go and get a job at a McDonald's or something like that. And they were told that you can't get a job because you need to be able to speak Spanish. But yet we have some people over here that can't speak Spanish and they have jobs. That can't speak English, but they can get a job in a place where the customer base is going to be English speaking people. Make that make sense. You guys know what you have to do. You know what you have to do. You have to vote these Democrats out. You have to vote these liberals, these progressives. You got to get them out of here. They got to go. I don't know when this lady's term is up, but y'all need to make sure that this is her last term in any type of New York City political seat. Y'all got to make that happen.
We are introducing a bill, a total repeal of the 2011, 2014, 2017 sanctuary city laws. I don't anticipate much support from the other side, unfortunately. They should come back with their own new version of the city's sanctuary city in non-compliance with ICE rules that allows the mayor to properly get people out of here who are committing violent and repeated crimes.
As for Governor Hochul,
this is a city rule. City council are the ones that he has to work with. I'm going to continue defending and working under the state law.
New Yorkers need to send a clear message to our elected leaders. Demand better from our criminal justice system.
15-year-old Jesus Rivas Figueroa remains in custody without bail. He is being tried as an adult, and Monday he pleaded not guilty to second-degree attempted murder in the February 8th shooting in Times Square. Figueroa is accused of shoplifting and then aiming the gun at the security officer who stopped him, but then allegedly missing and hitting a tourist in the leg instead. He's also accused of shooting at a police officer trying to arrest him in the middle of crowded Times Square.
We're no longer blurring the teen's face now that he's being charged as an adult. The PBA showing up to court in support of the officers.
This individual believed that he could steal. He believed that he could carry a legal firearm. He believed that he could shoot into a crowd. And he believed he could kill a New York City police officer. And he thought he was going to get away with it.
Arraigned in...
Oh, yeah. I'm sure he thought he could get away with it because they've been getting away with everything else. There's literally rules for citizens, no laws or rules for illegal immigrants. Make that make sense. Now, I'm not saying that American citizens don't need laws and rules, but how do we have people come over here illegally and you guys basically pacify these people? And now they're out here taking advantage of American citizens, taking advantage of American stores, because they believe that they can do anything. And these stupid Americans, these stupid American politicians, they're just going to let us out anyway. They're just going to let us walk anyway. They jumped on a police officer. Hey, them boys, they were out in 3 hours. It doesn't matter. We can do whatever. That's what they think. And that's what criminals think when you're not strict and you're not strict in upholding the law. They think they can do any daggone thing. This is ridiculous.
Court on Saturday, police say Rivas Figueroa and two friends stole items from the JD Sports store on Broadway Thursday. When confronted by a security guard, police say he opened fire inside the store, hitting a 38-year-old tourist from Brazil in the leg.
This can't be the message that we're sending the world, that you can't come to New York City, that you can't do some shopping without getting shot.
Two officers spotted the teen near 7th Avenue and 47th Street and tried taking him into custody. That's when he allegedly fired at the officers before running into the subway. Court documents say the teenager returned home and tried fleeing to the city with his mother the next morning, but he was apprehended at a home in Yonkers. Court documents say he was hiding behind a dresser.
This is a national problem. It's unfair for local municipalities and cities to handle this problem.
But the president says the border is secure. Is it?
Well, I don't know the definition of what they're using as secure. You know, if they
would you say it was secure?
I think too many people are coming through various pathways.
Say it. Say it with your chest. No, the border isn't secure. Why are you walking and talking around this? Just be truthful and honest for once. Goodness gracious.
Cavities in our border. And we have to be extremely careful because not everyone that's coming is pursuing the American dream. We need to be conscious of that.
One thing Governor Abbott and Mayor Adams agree on is that the border problem is a Biden problem.
There's only one reason why this is happening. And that's because Joe Biden has eliminated all of the 4 policies that Donald Trump put in place that led to the lowest illegal border crossings in 40 years.
You seen that? Y'all heard that? It has gotten beyond out of hand. It really has. And everybody, it's sad that Mayor Eric Adams won't say it. Shout out to Governor Abbott, who did say it, and he put it out there. This is a Biden issue. This is a Biden administration issue. Kamala Harris, the VP, is quote unquote supposed to be the border czar. When's the last time you seen her at the border? There's been hardly any footage of her at the border. I don't recall seeing any footage of her even talking about what's going on at the border. And this lady is supposed to be the vice president of the United States, and she is supposed to be quote unquote the border czar. This is by design. This is on purpose. And then they turn around and got the nerve to be mad at black people that are saying, oh, heck no. These people are in our communities. They're taking our resources. They got the nerve to be upset that you got white people mad. We are Americans and our government is failing us. This is I'm not even gonna say one. This is the biggest debacle that I can think of from the U.S. government in my lifetime. I'm sure there were some other foolery things. I know the Vietnam War was a huge debacle, but I wasn't around during that time frame. I've heard about it. I've read some things about it. I just did not experience it. But this situation that we have going on right now, I mean, it is beyond out of hand is being nice. The fact that the National Guard, the Army, someone has not been sent down to solidify and lock this border down, it's beyond me. We got kids coming up missing. We got fighting age males coming through the border. We don't know who these people are. We have an idea where they're coming from, though. Venezuela, bunch of Chinese nationals. It's just quite, man, don't y'all find it quite peculiar that we got a ton of Chinese nationals coming through the border that are men, not a lot of women, men. And then out in California, just so happened they elect a Chinese national to help run elections out there. What are they telling us? What are they telling us without actually telling us? What are they saying without actually saying it? This is a really scary time. You must get out and do whatever you can do to get these people out of office. You have to. The fate of the country is at stake. You can sit down and boo-hoo because this isn't happening or this isn't happening all you want. You are an American citizen. This is our country. You got to get out and do something before you lose it. But we don't have anywhere else to go. There's not another country that we can go to. We got this one. It's been one of the greatest ones to ever exist. We got to fight tooth and nail to hold on to it. Do your part. Go get involved. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Drop me a comment down below. I appreciate all the love and support. Keep God first in your life, America first, and I'm going to catch up with y'all next time. Peace.